Alright guys, what is going down, and welcome to a bit of a different video here on my channel. These past few months for me have been the most productive months of my life. My energy levels, my mental cognition, my work ethic, my just day-to-day, my flow has just been amazing. And first of all, regarding the last video, guys, that shit all happened over a year ago. So as much as I didn't want to do that video, I knew I had to do it because I promised it for you guys, but please do not, I was talking that story, I filmed this a couple of days ago, and all these old emotions were running through me and I just was feeling a bit funny, so please don't think that that type of state is anywhere near what I am now, what I currently am, because it just isn't. That was a really hard story to talk about. So I appreciate any support on that video, but here we are. And like I was saying, these past few months have been absolutely amazing for me in terms of what I've been able to achieve and just everything, my focus, my fitness, everything has just like gone through the roof. And I put it down to these three things. So let's talk about our consciousness first of all. You can argue that consciousness is either a construct of our brains or that it is almost like a signal, like a television signal, and our brain, or our biological makeup is the antenna for our consciousness. Regardless, whatever way you want to look at it, there is no doubt about the fact that for our lifetime here on Earth, we are in our bodies and we need to respect them. So these three things I'm about to show you are things which will fundamentally improve your life, I guarantee it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our first meal of the day. By having your first meal of the day to contain no carbohydrates, to be a high-fat, high-protein meal, I guarantee you that you are going to feel so much better. Your mental cognition, your energy levels, everything is going to be so much better. As soon as you have carbohydrates anywhere near to either start your day, or even if you're fasting and then you have a big carbohydrate meal, that is going to slow you down physically, mentally, in every way. When you can get up and have that high-fat, high-protein meal to start your day, you are going to be feeling like $1,000,000. Personally, I fast every single day to about 1 p.m., but every time I have that first meal, it is a high-fat, high-protein meal, and it leaves me feeling energized and great. So that is definitely something to take note of and start trying that in your life if you're struggling with your energy levels. The second thing I want to bring up is our water consumption and how much water you're drinking and how hydrated you are staying. So if we look at our biological states, water is a fundamental part of the makeup of our bodies, the regulation in our brains, everything working properly. We need to be hydrated. So by drinking 5 to 6 liters a day of water, you are going to ensure that you are hydrated. In terms of any of your goals, whether that's building muscle, burning fat, building your fitness levels. Maybe it's not even to do with fitness at all. Maybe it's to do with building a business, keeping your mental cognition high, whatever it could be. When you are drinking water and staying hydrated, that is facilitating everything in your body to be flowing correctly. So drink more water. I aim to drink 5 to 6 liters of water a day. Personally, for me, I actually buy the best quality water that is available to me. So I buy and I spend about $4.50 to $5 a day on water, buying water which is fluoride free, chlorine free, sodium free, water which is as pure as possible, because I know that my body is a system. The inputs that I put into it are going to determine the outputs that I get out of it, in terms of my productivity, all of this kind of stuff. So drink more water, guys. I guarantee that you will feel a lot better. Try get 5 to 6 liters a day into your body. That might sound like a lot and you're gonna have to probably go to the toilet a lot more, but it is gonna be worth it, I guarantee you. So this brings us to our third and final thing, sleep, and the quality of our sleep, and ensuring that we get a good night's sleep every single night that we go to bed. Believe it or not, the quality of our day actually is determined by the quality of our sleep the night before. So a good day always starts the night before. So what are your sleep rituals like? Are you even getting a good sleep? Here's something really interesting. If I was to ask you how long you could live without food for, what would you say? This is before you die. It's about 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. If I was to ask you how long you could live without water for, what would your answer be? The answer is about 6 days. So a lot less longer than food. If you don't have water, you will die. Now, if I was to ask you, how long can you live without sleep for? The answer? 4 days maximum before you die. 4 days before you die is the answer. So that in itself honestly just goes to show the importance of these things. Most of us have this backwards. We look at sleep as this afterthought. You know, it's always diet. Diet, yeah, that's important. But what's more important? It's actually water and staying hydrated. And what's more important than even that, and I see this all the time, I have clients who I give them programs, and from what they're telling me, they're following everything in the program when it comes to the diet and the training. And if they're not getting the results that they should be getting, quite often I ask them, how's your sleep? And they say they sleep 5 to 6 hours and they don't have the best sleeps. Now, in terms of time frame, you don't need to be in your bed sleeping for 10 hours, but you do need to ensure that you have a good quality of sleep. So how do we do this? We ensure that our melatonin levels are secreting perfectly. So I'm going to give you a few things here which you can do to, help actually improve the quality of your sleep. I know in this day and age, a lot of people have trouble getting a good night's sleep. And a big factor for this is the fact that if you're on your device, your mobile or your laptop at night, the blue light, which is actually radiated from your devices, is keeping things on in your brain, and it's tricking your brain into thinking that it's daytime and that sleep is far away. So if you've got these stimulus in your life, which you're lying in bed, you're on your phone, you're on your laptop doing these things, that is going to be triggering in your brain to delay the production of the melatonin, which is going to mean that you're going to have a shitty sleep. So for me, here's something that I'd really like to recommend, and that is to not be on your devices 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. So maybe your nightly ritual has been to be on your phone, be watching a movie in bed, this kind of stuff. Try instead to start winding down earlier. Read a book in bed for an hour. Have a nice warm orange lamp next to your bed, a nice soft light. This is actually going to ensure that the activity in your brain is not going to be firing as much, and you are going to be priming yourself for a much better sleep. I will say that in the month of February, I actually got off my screens and just read a book before I went to bed each night. And the quality of my next day was incredible. As my workload has kind of increased a lot more with the stuff I'm doing online again, and I know a lot of you guys will have this as well, you might need to be working on your laptop, your phones, all this kind of stuff for your livelihood, your productivity, your business. And for me, when I get busy, sometimes there are nights where I have to be on my device at night. So because of this, I install an app called Flux on my computer, which means that I can control the levels of blue light which comes out of my laptop. So I will actually link this below so that you can go and download this. It is a free download and will benefit you highly. Another great tool which I use without doubt every single night is night mode on my iPhone. So I will turn that on from about 7 p.m. By doing this, this is actually going to stop all blue light emission from my devices at night. And it means that if I need to be on my devices being productive, doing stuff for my business, I am still going to have a pretty decent night's sleep. And like we've just discussed here, sleep is your #1 factor. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this on my channel this year. Definitely comment below if you found this helpful. I hope that you can go and take these things and apply them into your own life and just improve that quality of your life, because the way we live each day determines our future. If we're having shitty days, we're going to have a shitty future. So it's up to us to do what we can to ensure that we have the best lives that we can possibly have. All right, I'll see you guys in the next vid.